guys and gals? Stock Jock here, up $2,240 in the first hour of trading. I finished the day up just a little bit higher at $2,496. But it was a good day of trading nonetheless. We'll get right into it. I know this is the first video of the year. Sorry. Just sometimes life gets in the way of doing these videos, but hopefully get a little bit more free time in the near future to do them. So if you like these videos, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear back some responses from the people that watch them, because I have no idea who does. So if you enjoy them, if they're helpful, please leave a comment down below and feel free to share them. Okay, so my first trade of the day was AVCO. I bought it right out of the open, well, 20 seconds after the open. And I don't typically like to do this, but this one was a stock that it was on watch because of what it had been doing the previous 2 days. So 2 days ago, this thing went from 420 to it made a $1.50 move here. That wasn't the thing that just set this thing off. It was this move from $6 to basically $13.50 in 1 day. No news, whatever. So what I'm looking at here is obviously today's sold off. It was absolute trash. But pre-market today, this thing was hanging around $9, $10. Not a ton of volume through here, but it was hanging around. And this is the daily chart. By the way, this is the screen. This is my screen that I look at. I am recording my entire screen right now. Normally I edit it so it's in 1080p because most monitors people use are 1080p. This is a 1440p monitor, so I see more, and I don't know how this is going to render out, because when I render it and send it to YouTube, it changes it to 1080p. So for those of you that have a 1080p monitor, basically your $100, $200 monitor, if you don't know if your monitor is 1080p, then it's 1080p. Let me know down in the comments below how it looks to you, because I don't know how it will look. It's a high resolution being squeezed down to a lower resolution for you guys. I don't know how it's going to look. Can you see the edge of my screen? I don't know. But regardless, this is my entire screen. This is what I look at when I day trade. But anyway, AVCO. It was hanging around here, and I knew people would be watching it because of this insane move it made yesterday. And people are like hoping that it could break this high and just go into the stratosphere again. So out of the open, let's zoom in a little bit here. This is a 1 minute chart. It's all pre-market here. You kind of see a little support down in this level pre-market. Not a lot of volume though to play off of. Out of the open, this thing just, you'll see it when I run it live, drops to like 920, 915, something like that. And then it starts climbing back up. The bids start to come in, and that was kind of my key. I was telling myself, this thing is going to be a risky trade anyway. But, pre-market high would be a point I want to get in. Maybe the break of this level right here is another point. Just using pre-market here as support and resistance levels. You kind of see it spiked down. Ugly move here out of the open. But it was real light volume. You'll see it. And then the bids start coming in and it starts climbing back up. And that's when I played. I had this level in mind that if it broke this level, it could probably get going. It starts coming back up. I just take 1,000 shares because this thing is super volatile. I get the spike that I was looking for. Spikes up past $11. There's 50-cent spread after it passes. It's like 11.05 by 11.55. It was insane. So I just sell. I get filled at 11.08. So real nice win to start the day.
So I'm going to put up SNGX as the first one to watch. I see a seller there at 30.
Watching the red to green move on AVCO. Minute 10:15.
Just watching it right now. So there.
Out 11:08.
There's AVCO going up to 11, 11.20. right? So that's that kind of follow.
So this next trade again is AVCO. We just had this nice pop up. It actually continued up to about $12, and now it was selling off. And you can kind of see on the daily chart we're starting to threaten yesterday's high, which if that broke, people really would have gotten excited. And that's what everybody's kind of hoping that it would happen, is it break this high and go towards $15, $20. You know, who knows, some stupid move like this again. Again, this is all off of no news, this entire move. Anyway, so as it's coming back down, I don't typically do this, but the price action, and you'll see it, show up on the L2 here. As it got down to this 1050 level, there was bidders here on the L2, and the time and sales started flashing green. You'll see all these buy orders going through that's hitting the ask. And that just tells me that people are going to buy the VWAP here. And I was a little scared too, to be honest, because there's two supports here. Obviously you have the VWAP, but you also have the $0.50. And a lot of longs, they'll set their stop loss at a $0.50, 1050 being the $0.50 here, and it'll get a flush if that broke. It just looked like that buyers are stepping in here at the VWAP. I want to be one of those buyers. I get back in. I got in on this order at 1067 right here. This is not typically what I like to do. I don't typically buy VWAP on stocks. That is a valid play. That is a valid strategy for some people, but it is not what I typically do. What I typically do is wait for, so we have the pop, here's the pullback, and then I wait for the first candle over candle after the pullback. So I typically would buy right here at 11. Here's our two pullback candles right here. Here's our pop, here's our two pullback candles. And what I mean by pullback is they don't make new highs. So like this candle made a new high, so this is still a pop. This candle did not make a new high, so the pop is over, and now we're in the pullback stage. So we just wait for a candle over candle. This candle did not break this candle, so that's not a candle over candle. This candle did break the high of the previous pullback candle. In this case, it's this one. So I typically would buy here expecting a pop, and that's exactly what happened. I just happened to get in early around the VWAP, anticipating that this thing would show a little bit more strength and get a second pop. I got in, like I said, 1067, had to hold 2 minutes, finally got the candle over candle, which brought in the new buyers, got that pop up to, 1279. I tried to sell in here, but I got filled at 1185, so almost an 80 cent, or sorry, oh gosh, 1067 to 1185, so $1.20ish. So $1,200 on that one trade right there. So it was a really nice trade, really nice way to start the morning. Again, it's only at this time 9:34. The market's been open for 4 minutes, and I'll be up $2,000.
74. Breakout or bailout. It's got to be the way to trade these. If they don't go right away, get right back out.
Back in 1067, AVCO VWAP.
A 4-cent breakout isn't enough of a breakout.
Great go.
That's a little disappointing, but it's okay. So down 264. Archon is a little too cheap. I'll pull it up just to take a peek at it, see what the halt levels are. Not seeing any halt levels just yet. 9 million share float. $10 by 14.
There's a 1 minute play on that.
It's gotta get over 50.
No crown, I don't. I'm gonna show my size, but we're gonna start having food.
Alright, let's go high day. This is it.
That's something I feel like I
Take
need
a starter of
to stick with
AVCO
my
right
size,
here.
so
for a
Chat
break
was
of
pumping
12.
ABCO now.
Target
Well, I would
is a
think
break
solid
over
side,
$12 over
solid
high a
share,
day on
you know,
ABCO.
3 to 5,000, sometimes 7,000 shares. This depends on volume. It's easy to get in and out of, and I don't want to do 10,000 shares.
Out
1185.
1185.
So this next trade is LMFA. This is kind of just a, you know, 3 days ago, whatever day this was, the 17th. Had some news out. This thing went from basically $1.44 to $3. You know, 100% move in a day, and it's just been pulling back, until today. Today we got the first candle over candle in the daily. Now this looks like complete butt right now. It did get the candle over candle. You know, here's our pop and pull back. Today's the first, you know, the pop, pull back, candle over candle. You can still play it on the daily chart, and that's what I did. You'll see that in just a second. We get the pullback here, and today was the first day we went candle over candle. This candle broke the high of this candle right here, so which was yesterday. So it usually brings in volume. That's what I played. And actually, I would have never seen this play. I had completely forgot about it. I think I had it. No, I didn't even have it on my watch list over there for the daily candle over candle. It's a play I typically like to watch. You know, but Ross at Warrior Trading called it out, and I was like, oh yeah, LMFA. This ran 2 days ago. Perfect. Come over here, and it's let's see what time. 9:42. Right here is when I see it, like that, and it's just getting. Let's see what the high is. This 182. So it's just getting to the point where it's about to go candle over candle the daily right here. And there's two things going for me, and I'm chasing, right? I'm chasing this a little bit because the low is 158. It's already up 30 cents ish, something like that. So I felt comfortable because there's two dominoes that can fall here. The first domino is the candle over candle, the daily chart. That will bring in buyers. I believe you'll hear Warrior Trading. No, they didn't jump on for the daily candle over candle. They jumped in for the second domino to fall, which is the whole dollar mark, this $2 level. So a lot of times right here, this daily candle over candle will bring in buyers, as well as a whole dollar break will bring in buyers. And you can see the volume, right? 25,000, you know, 9,000, 20,000, 6,000. Not a lot of volume until, boom, you break that high right there. And that's what people bought into. I got in this candle right at 181. So this is my entry right here. We break the first domino, boom, get a shot of volume up. I actually sold into this because this stock should have broken $2 on this move, to be honest, with this kind of volume coming through, and I didn't like how it got up into like the mid 90s and didn't threaten the $2 level. So I sold immediately into this level. I got a kind of a crappy fill too. I tried to sell in the 90s. It got filled at 187, so +6. And it was the right move because it did just kind of, you know, taper off there and never really challenged that $2 level. You kind of see here on the daily chart, it actually came all the way back down. So this is looking like a good short right here. But yeah, good trade. You know, 2,000 shares, $160.
LMFA is a 5-minute, a daily setup.
LMFA, daily candle over candle.
High. Nice on VXL, good job.
I'll take a starter. 181 LMFA.
Got a starter of LMFA here. I'm looking
Chair
for a
room's pumping
break
it now.
over $2. It's the first daily candle to make a new high. So LMFA, I'm going to add probably at 95, maybe 98. Make a new high.
Out 187. Awesome fill, but +6.
For the break over 90.
So this next trade is DOX, and this one I really screwed up. So the reason why it was down is because Spruce Point comes out and says this is their short for the year. This is like their 2019 short to start it all off, right? And Spruce Point, if you don't know, is a big shorting firm, very much like Citron, whatever, and they can move markets. That's why I follow them. And I had got an email on my phone, or a notification on my phone showing that I had an email from Spruce Point, and I was expecting this, and I was like, oh, DOX, this is their short. Here we go. I get over here. I see it's already down. It's coming up to the VWAP. I short right here for a VWAP rejection. It drops really quick. Drops like 25 cents real quick. I'm like, okay, here we go. Candle under candle. We're going to hit this. Challenge lows. Boom. This thing's going to keep going down. Then while this is going on, I'm looking at the email, and it says it was sent at 9:34, which was right here. So I'm getting it. I had the email. The notification hit my phone late, and I'm not getting in for the initial momentum spike. Nonetheless, the trade was okay. I'm shorting at the VWAP, got a good fill, came down, didn't go candle under candle, starts to move back up here, and I'm just telling myself, if it goes candle over candle, you got to look at it like this. So this is where I entered short. I was looking for the candle under candle, didn't happen, pop right back up. It's a bullish sign that it dropped down, pop back up, and I was just telling myself, hey, if it's not going to continue down now, I just went out. I didn't feel good about the trade because I realized I'm playing a stock that's already made a big move because, you know, the email went out in this time frame, and I'm just getting over here in this time frame. So it is what it is. There was a lot of people already in it before me. I missed the move, is what I'm saying. So I was saying if I get candle over candle in this situation, there's two dominoes that longs would play off. First would be just a candle over candle in the 1 minute. Second would be the VWAP break. You kind of see that's exactly what happened. This is where I stopped out right here. I actually lost about 20 cents on the trade, $400. Popped all the way up to here, and I definitely am not going to hold through there. And, you know, after that, you kind of see just cranked up to $57. So just a bad trade overall, not well executed, and I'm lucky that it was only a 20-cent loss.
Guys, I was reading the stuff up here from the prior day. You guys want to start talking that down? If you want to know what the prior day stuff was, please come before the chat room closes.
I'd look to short POX.
Shares of Papa John's hitting a high of 43.86.
TER,
Expecting an EMA all morning.
90.
Deal reporter again mentioning
EOXL, I'll keep an eye
QSR
on.
as a possible
High
buyer
of
for
$3.
Papa John,
We'll be on the stretch.
along with 3G.
Lots of the trade.
CMG Chipotle popping to a new 52-week high. Charlie Michael Golf.
He got better.
CMG hitting 532.14 now.
EOXL,
That's a new
really
52-week high for Charlie Michael
Ivan
Golf.
setup. I mean, some people might buy it here for the break of 3 and a quick scalp, sell at 305 or something like that. Not sure there's enough in it to justify that risk.
So CLRO, this is the next trade, and this one I'm not too familiar with, but you'll see it hits this scanner right here, and at the exact same time that it hits this scanner, Benzinga chimes in and tells, if you're new to the channel, I have a lot of stuff that you obviously can hear going on the speakers, not just my voice. You have 3 or 4 different voices going on. One's Ross with Warrior Trading, one is Raging Bulls chat room, the other one is Luke Murray's chat room, Fast Money Traders, and my own chat room, which is linked down in the description down below if you're interested. I pay for all of those except obviously mine. Mine is free for everyone, by the way. I pay for those, and this is what I listen to through the day. I'm not just sitting here in the dark. It's what I listen to, and every one of these is a huge tool for day trading. But anyway, CLRO, this one hits my low float scanner, and it hits Benzinga at the exact same time. So I immediately click on it. I come over here. I see volumes coming into it. I buy 2,000 shares right in let's see, it looked like this when I got into it. 54. So this is the candlestick I buy in. As soon as I buy, volume stops. Look at the volume change, right? 6,000, 7,000, 9,000, 8,000, nothing. So that's not ever good. I end up selling for a loss. This is just a busted trade. I get into it because I look at this is the daily chart down here. I can see that this thing loves to pop. I mean, this is like a 40-cent, 50-cent move. This is, what is this one? A $1 move. If we go back further, does it have? And it doesn't really have any higher volume days. But anyway, recently it's shown that it can make moves, and that's why I played it. You know, if a stock has shown in the past that it can make moves, there's a good probability that if it gets going, it can make a similar move as it has in the past. That's what was going on. Today was not one of those days. Did I buy the absolute top of this? Yep, look at that. I don't know if you can see right here when I hover over this. $682. Absolutely top dictate. Look at that. $682. So I was the high day loser on this guy. When I noticed the volume just stopped, no one else is hopping into this thing, no one's going to push this thing higher, I have to slowly exit. If I just dumped 2,000 shares, this thing could have just went plunk on me. So I sold 1,000 at a time, basically for just over 10, about 11-cent loss on this one.
This basically is a setup that would squeeze out early short sellers because it doesn't make sense.
CLRO, clear one, getting a pop
Put my
here
profit on it. Puts me up
on volume.
$18 on the day.
Small
Long
volume, actually.
CLRO.
I have a dollar
Doesn't make
Popping
$1.68.
hit my
but it would
scanners.
Charlie Lima
Give it a
Romeo
shot.
Oscar
and then get back to
Qualcomm
310.
at the lows of the
But
day now, 52.18.
when it does it, it'll squeeze out early short sellers. So the entry there is a break over high a day.
Quebec Charlie Oscar Michael.
Nothing to it.
High is 817 right now. Just under 820. 819. 319. So I can now watch underneath.
CLRO. Minus 10.
It's a doji on the 5-minute.
So this next trade is on FNMA. This is a stock that has unreal potential, but it is being held down by the government. This is a stock that's tied to the whole financial crisis. Let's see here. If I go back, let's see. There it is right there. All right. So Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, obviously a huge part of the reason of the financial crisis. And because of that, these guys are now basically controlled by the government. This used to be, back in its heyday, a $90 stock. Today, it is a $2 stock because of that. And it's not because they're not making money right now. It's just because they are controlled by the government. The government basically has a leash on them. Well, this is 2008, right? Since then, there have been times, and this is not a spike. We're just zooming in a little bit. This is where we're going to. There have been times of talk that the government is going to take its leash off of these guys and let them back into the wild, right? And that's what all these pops are. Every time the rumor hits, this thing pops. Because if the government does take the leash off of them, they could potentially be, a $90, $70 billion company, market cap again. Right now, the market cap is like $2 billion. Just because, again, they're not making money, the government takes all of it. Every bit of money that they do make, the government takes. Okay, all that said, we recently have gotten a spike because there have been talks that the government is going to partially take a leash off of it without getting into all the weeds of the details. I'm just using analogies, all right? So just kind of taking some of the handcuffs off these guys. Huge spike. So I played this on the news, especially this day right here. I played this on news. But now that's kind of pulling back. I'm playing some charts on this guy, and I absolutely love doing chart work. It's one of my favorite things. So this is a 15-minute chart that we're looking at here. And I drew these trend lines. So these are kind of macro trend lines here that the stock was following. You know, you could put in as it was moving up through here, it pulled back, so that's a trend line. Just it carried it up, right? This trend line that you see here is when it pulled in the intra multi-day move is again 15-minute chart. Actually, this is intraday, right? So pulled back, respected that level, pulled back, respected that level. Just draw a line between the two, and I just carried it all the way up. That's what E-Trade does. Then, what is this one? Oh yeah. Before, you know, it was, if you're looking at it like this, it created a wedge. So here's your highs. Actually, it should have been kind of more like that. And you get the idea. It was creating a wedge here on the 15-minute chart. So resistance, support, and I think I actually played it here for the breakout to the top side of this wedge. You get a second move here, okay? Well, recently we broke this level, this macro support level, which brings it that it could come down to the secondary support level, this one right here, the second macro support level. So all that to be said, I went and I bought right here at this level, and the key was, you know, this is a downward trend. So how did I know it was going to reverse or try to reverse? Well, the setup was, you know, today selling off hard. Again, this is the 15-minute chart, so all this selling. Let me see if I can show you here on the 15. This is the 1 minute here. You can kind of see it just for 50 minutes straight down, and right here it reverses. So right here correlates to, where did that go? There it is. Right here. Sells off and it finds support on this macro support level. Okay, so I buy in here. I originally just buy it blindly, but if I was really smart, I would just waited for confirmation that this downward move was done, and the confirmation is here. So spike down, it did pierce this level, which was not good, but it did pop up. It went candle under candle, and it didn't do anything. And what I mean by it didn't do anything, it did not continue the trend down. So just like here, you have the drop, relief bounce, and then candle under candle for a continuation drop. Here, you had a relief bounce, and then candle under candle, and it didn't drop again, right? It didn't look like this stair-stepping down. The stair-step stopped here. So that was my sign that the next candle over candle on the 15-minute chart would probably work. So that gave me hope to stay in the trade. I can't remember exactly how long I held it, but I did trade it a couple times today, and I probably won't show the live video of it because I held it for a very long time. I know the second time I held it was probably an hour as I was getting through here, and I actually sold as this trend line, this macro trend line here, broke. As it broke there, I sold, just because at that point you just don't know when where the next support level is at 10. It looks like it's going to be, you know, right through here, maybe using these peaks as a pivot point. It'll be interesting to kind of see what it does. I've marked this green line as the Fibonacci, the last Fibonacci level. If you want to draw a Fibonacci on this thing from like the overall move, you kind of do one of these, right? I can't get all the way to the top. You kind of get the idea. You kind of see the lines there of where the pullbacks are. It's kind of bouncing around between the 38 and the 50% overall move. So that's the macro Fibonacci. But I'm very interested to see where this goes in the next few days. I take 10,000 shares when I do play this because it's very liquid. It's a billion share float. It is hard to get into though because it's an OTC stock actually. So anyway, E-Trade crap has just now officially deleted my records for the day. It's 1 a.m. right now, so you won't be able to see my entries and exits anymore. I just realized that. I apologize, but they're there. Maybe I will show the live video, but we'll get it. It was a nice win. I played it twice, all off of that support level there. Let me just pull it up again one more time. We'll just look at it. Hello, there we go. So just playing it through here. I believe when it hit this 250 level, that was actually VWAP throughout the day. So it hit it twice and kind of failed it twice. And as I think I sold my first lot and through here, and then I think I bought it again as it was holding this trend line, tested again, couldn't break it. And as it was coming back down, it looked like it was going to break this trend line support. And I sold because it could have easily just gone down to here. But nonetheless, good trade. It brought me total on the day 24.96. Really good day. That's probably it for this video. If you have any questions or comments about the videos, please leave them down below. I do answer every single one of the comments that I get. If you're interested in my trading room, come on in. Completely free. Link for that Discord chat room is in the description of this video. Otherwise, I'll see you guys later.